Lydia, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. What a great first round here at Lake Nona, your home course. How do you feel that you've got round one under your belt now?
Yeah, obviously went off to a perfect start, holing out for my second shot on the first hole. And I think overall I hit the ball really well today. So keeping on the fairways is key because the superintendent, Brandon, and just the whole team have done a great job of growing the rough and making it pretty tough. So, yeah, overall pretty solid and definitely nice to be able to start the tournament in a positive way.
How did hole one start out for you? How did it play out?
I hit a really good drive, and then I only had get wedge into the green, and I had my sunglasses on, and I saw it bounce and then kind of go forward and then disappear. But there's a ridge behind, so I wasn't sure if it went over the ridge or went in, and I didn't want to like celebrate and then look down and the ball is like 30 feet long. So it was a pleasant surprise to see that the ball was down at the bottom of the cup.
It was also pleasant to see you make that putt on 18. How was that, and do you think putting was a strong part of your game today?
I think I hold a few good ones. With the green speed getting faster, it's definitely key to have your speed on point, and I think for most parts I was able to do that. There's always parts where you feel like you could have done better, but I think overall it was solid, and always nice finishing off with a birdie on the last.
A question for me before turning it over to Beth Ann. Given that this is your home course, how comfortable do you feel out there, and do you think that any conditions will particularly change that comfortability throughout the week?
At the end of the day, everybody plays the same golf course in pretty similar wind directions. Most of the time it doesn't, change from south wind to north wind at from between the morning and afternoon. So it's pretty consistent. But I just got to play my own game out there, obviously, because I have played, a little bit. You kind of get used to seeing the golf course and, visualizing it. But, no matter what golf course you play, whether it's familiar or not, you still need to hit the shot. So it's a bit of an advantage because but at the same time, I feel like you need to still hit good shots and be committed out there. And I think I was able to do that pretty well. So hopefully I'll be able to continue that over the next few days.
Thank you, Beth Ann.
Is this the best you've played on this golf course?
Hands down. I think that's probably my best score around here. Normally when I'm playing, I don't really count everything. The last few rounds I played with a few other players just before this week, so I kind of took my score because you kind of have to get used to making sure that every shot counts. I think sometimes when you're out there practicing, and especially by myself, you know that you can hit a second shot if you miss-hit one, so you don't focus as much. So it was nice with those few rounds coming in and playing with other players, just kind of slowly getting back into competitive mode. But I think it's a pretty tricky golf course, and the greens are subtle in some areas, and I think that makes it extra tricky. But I think keeping it in play is going to be a really big key around, for all of us these next few days.
And did you catch a sneak peek of Annika every once in a while playing in front of you? Were you paying attention?
Yeah, obviously so cool, seeing Annika and, just being in the group behind her and, seeing her hit a few shots. I've always seen her on TV play, and, to play with her last Saturday and then to play behind her, I think is super cool. And hopefully this brings a lot of attention and hype back for us, on tour and just into women's golf. And I'm pretty sure it's not easy for her to come back, especially after being retired for so long. But I think this is a pretty big statement, and yeah, definitely cool for me to be in the same field as, I think, the GOAT, I say.
If I could just ask one more, is there anything that you were working on coming into this event that you felt like you were really satisfied with how it came along today, came together?
I think I tried to work on my ball striking a little bit. I obviously didn't have a lot of time coming into this week, and I wish I had like a month plus to make sure that my whole game's there. So I felt like we were moving in the right direction, but I was talking to Sean yesterday, and he said just be patient out there, and I think that's going to be a big key. Sometimes you feel like everything's going your way, and sometimes it's not going to be the same. So I think patience is just going to be key for me, even tomorrow and just throughout the season. And just be focused on, the aspects that I'm working on and, do a good job with the things that I can control.
All right. My last question is, you're playing really well with Nelly Corda out there. How is that when the group is playing so well and the momentum's there for you guys?
Yeah, obviously being paired with Brooke and Nelly, a very good pairing. Sometimes I was like, man, how did I get us, stuck in this great pairing? But no, it's nice when everyone's playing well, and I think, all three of us, gave ourselves a lot of opportunities, and, you kind of take that good momentum. But, it's always good to, see your putts drop, but also same for your competitors. I think it just brings a great vibe to the whole group.
Thank you so much, Lydia. I know you got to get rest, so thank you.
Thank
Good luck
you.
this week.
Thank you.